Welcome to Trauma
Pero No
Drama
with KSB.
I'm Karina, the oldest.
I'm Susie, the middle.
And I'm Vanessa, the youngest.
So grab your popcorn and your tissues
because you're gonna need it
while we unpack all the drama and the trauma.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Trauma Pero No Drama. I'm Karina and I am joined by my manas, Susie and Vani. So, how was your guys' week?
It was good. It was long.
Yeah, definitely long, but it was good.
Anything exciting?
No, just the usual, getting the kids ready and sending them off to school and stuff.
And everything in between, right?
Yeah, and everything in between.
How about you?
All the things. Well, I have something exciting. There is some very cool stuff on our table for our listeners. We have a little elephant flower pot, a Hocus Pocus coffee cup, an orange, and a tortillero, which is where we put our tortillas when us Mexicans have dinner. So, what do you guys think this is about?
I had a thief?
No, you don't get to talk. Fanny, what do you think that is?
Well, I thought it was a posada.
Oh my gosh. Just as long as you don't, as long as you don't say it's a giveaway.
It's a giveaway.
Our favorite things.
Okay, so that brings us to this week's topic of the podcast. This week's episode will be all about trust. So, this week I celebrated my 18th year wedding anniversary. God, that makes me feel so old. Anyway, so I've been married 18 years, and I got a gift, and part of my gift had to be ordered and stashed away at Susie's house because I didn't want my hubby to be nosy and find it. So I asked her if she could hold it. And then, so our anniversary was a couple days ago, so I had to go get it.
Yes.
So I messaged her and I'm like, hey, I need to go pick up the thing. And she's like, okay, well, leave the door unlocked. I'm like, oh, no, don't leave your door unlocked. Just put it in a bush or something. I'll pick it up. She's like, no, it's fine. You can go in. I was like, oh, you trust me. That's so sweet.
Me being naive, I trusted her. Mistake number 1.
So then I got this little evil plan about a prank. And I'm like, okay, I got to get my ducks in a row. So I called Vani and I was like, hey, you have the same doorbell camera. You have the same doorbell camera as Susie, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so does that thing record? Like, can you see? So she gave me all the scoop on how the thing works and everything. So I was like, okay. So according to Vani, if there's no memory card in the device, then you can only see the feed live. Like, it won't record and you can't go back and see if there's, evidence or whatever. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm just going to go there and then I'm going to walk up to the doorbell and just talk to it. I'm not going to ring it so it doesn't alert on your app or anything. I'm just going to talk to it. And if they happen to see, then they'll see that I did something. And if they don't, then I got away with it, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I go over there and I go up to the doorbell and I'm like, hey, it's me, your favorite Chester. Don't mind me, just here to pick up my merch. Thank you for the trust and letting me come into your house without supervision. So I go in the house and then I come out with all this stuff and I'm like, don't mind me, just leaving with my stuff. Okay, bye. Bye.
Thanks again for the trust. Just leaving now. Don't mind me. I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
Little did she know that it does record. And I caught her red-handed.
It wasn't me.
That day I came home from work, a hard day of working, getting ready to start dinner, and that coffee cup is what I use to measure water when I'm gonna make like masa. And let me just tell you that I was gonna make pupusas that day, and I needed to measure the water, and I couldn't because my taza was gone. And I pulled a Leticia, and let me tell you,
Leticia's our mom.
and I was like, Ivan, did you break my cup? And he was like, no. And he was like, I didn't. And I was like, well, it's always there because it's always like, I mean, you guys have been in my house. You guys know how the dishes thing is there. Yeah. It's always there because it's always ready to go for what I need. And it wasn't there. So I was just like, he probably broke it and just tossed it and doesn't want to tell me. Either him or Jocelyn. I was pointing fingers everywhere. My poor Josie. But then I was like, whatever. And then I needed the tortillero for something. And then that was gone. So I was harassing Ivan on where that was. And he was like, I don't know where it is. And I was like, you know where it is. He was like, no. And then I was just like, I'm going crazy. I'm fucking losing it. La gota que derramó el vaso was that after it was all said and done, I was going to go shower. And this beauty is always it's in my bathroom.
The little elephant flower plant?
Yeah.
Flower pot?
Is in my bathroom, and I usually just put my phone in there so that the music can echo. I go to shower and
Speaker?
I go to shower and my elephant is gone. And I was like, okay, something is not right. So I was like, let me look at this camera because this is not a coincidence anymore. So I pull up all the receipts. I watch all the nonsense of all the people walking by and driving by. And lo and behold, I come to the recording of the one I trusted leaving my house like this. Can't even carry it for those of you who can't see me. Leaving with all my belongings. So I text you like a normal person would.
You didn't text me like a normal person. You sent me an evil gif of this little guy throwing a dodgeball ready to fight. And you said, Miss Ma'am.
And I sent her the receipts. I sent her the recording.
Wasn't me.
And she said it wasn't me. And she's still telling me it wasn't me with the stuff in her house. And now I'm coming to find out it was an evil plan and you had an accomplice.
What? Oh, that's a lie.
I thought I was going crazy. Blaming Ivan, blaming my poor Josie.
What's funny about this whole thing is like I can picture Ivan. You're like, where did you put my thing? And then he's like, que yo no sé.
It's like you were there.
Que yo no fui. I already see it.
And let me tell you, after I knew, I had to act like I didn't throw a fit.
And I really thought like I got away with it because like after I left, because this was at like 3 o'clock or somewhere in there, and then after I left, like I didn't hear anything from you at all, and I kept looking at my phone every couple hours, nothing, and it wasn't until like 10 o'clock when you sent me that threatening gif about Miss Ma'am, and I was like, nope, wasn't me.
Yeah, she's denying it all the way. But I will let you guys be the judge of that. So traumatizing. I thought I was losing my marbles.
You were.
And you didn't tell me you didn't find it strange that she was asking you about your camera? Did you tell her, do you and Susie have the same camera?
Yeah. I said, you and Susie have the same doorbell camera, right? And then I just asked her a bunch of questions. But she's too naive. She had no freaking clue.
The audacity.
And it almost sounded like she was being a salesperson for the rig. She's like, yeah, Mama, it's actually really good. And it's not a bad price. It's actually pretty cheap. If you go on blah, 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 blah. And all I hear is, what. It doesn't record. What. You won't be caught. What.
Wow.
I can't
You know
believe
what? When you call me again, I'm not going to answer. I'm
Yes,
not
you
going to
are.
answer you anymore.
Yes, you are. You're going to answer because you love me too much.
I can't believe it.
I didn't know it was going to be... She was going to commit a crime.
It wasn't a crime. She literally said I could go in
Stealing.
her house.
I did. I thought you were going to come out with the one thing you needed.
Well, you know. Si ya sabes cómo soy, ¿para qué me invitas?
Jerry.
I thought so. You stole an orange too.
Oh, well, because I felt like I was like working very hard trying to be very meticulous about the items that needed to be taken. I was like, you know what? I'm so exhausted. I'm definitely going to need a snack for all this hard work. More mental preparedness than anything. And then I totally forgot about the orange, so I didn't get to eat it. Also, why are there still tortillas in your tortillero?
Are there? Are they alive?
Let me see. Yep, there's something.
We don't eat tortillas very often.
Yeah, I can tell. So I was like,
Go to our TikTok and our YouTube to see this.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Ignore that, you guys. How many were left? 1. We don't eat tortillas very often, so like if they get left in there, I mean, we won't see them for a few.
I thought it was
few
weird
days.
because it was like super like put away like in its rightful place, and then I opened it and I'm like, what the heck?
Also, there's aluminum foil in there because if you didn't know, life hack, it keeps them warmer longer. Did you guys know that? Just saying.
I don't have a tortillero.
You don't?
How do you keep
No.
tortillas warm when you
Yeah.
eat?
Well, I don't have.
You're
one
like the most
this.
Mexican one of us.
Excuse me.
Just saying.
Wow. No, I have a plastic one.
Oh. I don't even know where I got that. I think I got it in Mexico.
Well, it's mine now. It's in my house.
Well, you guys, changing the subject really quick. I have a question that I need to ask. And I'm having lots of witnesses for this one because if I go missing, everybody will know who it was.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Because I have a question for you.
Oh God,
Okay.
I'm gonna need some alcohol in this cup.
Okay. Remember that one year when you got COVID right before Thanksgiving?
Yes.
And
Thanks for the reminder.
and mom
When you guys told me I couldn't
and
come to Thanksgiving.
mom lied and said that it was our idea for you not to go to Thanksgiving dinner, even though you were, like past the quarantine time and you were doing better.
And
You're getting mad. I can
you
see
guys
it.
kicked me out.
No, we didn't.
We did not kick you out.
I want to know if are you still mad about that?
Only when it comes time for Thanksgiving.
I don't know why I randomly thought of that earlier. Just I don't know. I was just like, I wonder if she's still mad.
I don't know
that.
why I got so upset. And it's really like not even looking back, like in retrospect, like nothing was done wrong. Like nobody ever said like you cannot come to Thanksgiving because you had COVID. Nobody ever said you're not invited to Thanksgiving. But it's all about perspective, right?
Yeah.
And when Ma called me and she's like, "What are you doing for Thanksgiving or whatever?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're feeling better. We're still like really tired, and this was like way past the quarantine period. We were just like super tired.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
you
it took
guys had it
forever to
pretty
get
rough, yeah.
yeah. And then she's like, ay, pues yo hablé con Susie y con Manny y ya decidieron que pues ellas van a cocinar todo. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, sí. And then she started to get nervous because she probably sensed it in like the way that I was responding to her. And she's like, oh, it's just, para que ustedes no cocinen. You guys are going to be tired and you're still recovering. And that way you don't have to worry about cooking anything. I just didn't know if you were going to join us. I don't know. And then she started talking about where it was going to happen. And my house wasn't even included, like an option. So I was like, we're not coming. Don't worry about us. And she's like, oh, no, you have to come. No, we're not coming. Don't worry about us. We're
Se
just...
te subió lo Lázaro, in other words.
And it was over.
Yeah, we need to clear our names and say that we did tell Mom that we were going to do all the cooking because we knew how sick you guys were. But I don't know. I was thinking about forgiveness earlier, and
That's sus.
It just came to my mind. Like, I was trying to find forgiveness for everything, and I don't know why it took me back to Thanksgiving of what was it, 2020. And I was like, I wonder if she like forgive. I know that's your favorite holiday. And those of you who know that Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday. So, I mean, you can imagine it was a big deal for you. But I don't know why. It was a thought lingering in my brain that I wanted to know if you forgave us or not.
What still makes me feel a little guilty.
That you pretended to be asleep?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
you did.
No.
when we called you to clear our names?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I heard that. I saw my phone ring. I was like, I'm not answering that. And me and Alex were chilling, and then he's like, "It's your sister. Answer the phone." I'm like, "No, I'm not talking to them. I don't even want to hear it."
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
knew.
"Answer the phone." I'm not answering the phone. Okay, I'll answer the phone. Hello. And then he's like,
Red flag number 1.
and I was like, she's sleeping.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're your ride or die.
Yeah. For real. We knew he was lying.
He had you on speakerphone too, so I could hear everything.
I know. I
But
could
no.
hear my echo.
It wasn't on.
But
It was on
was.
FaceTime.
It wasn't FaceTime.
Yes, it was.
Right, so it's on speakerphone.
Because we saw you laying in your bed.
Yeah, he like showed us and you were like,
Yeah,
and we were like, that is such a lie.
I was like this. With one eye open.
It was such a lie. But we just went with it.
I don't remember it being on FaceTime.
It was.
That's funny.
'Cause-
No, but I feel more like guilty because on Thanksgiving, you and your husband and your daughter came to the house and you were like, we just feel really bad that you're not going to be able to join us. So we got you a little thing and you guys like made like the turkey hands, you know, like little hands with turkeys.
Yeah.
And then you put a little picture of you and you're like, so we can sit with you guys at the dinner table. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah, that was so mean.
I have a question.
I wanted to cry.
I have a question.
I even made you a pumpkin cheesecake.
You did.
Did you sit them down with you for dinner?
Yeah, did you?
No.
The audacity. Are
But
you
I-
listening to this, Josie?
But I didn't throw them away. I put them over by the TV in the living room. So, I mean, you technically were still there, just at a distance because we needed space.
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
I still took the time to make those crafts, cook dinner, cook the turkey.
Yeah, you guys also decided to cut me out of my favorite
We
holiday.
We did
we,
not.
we decided to do all the cooking, so you just had to come and eat.
It's not what mother said.
Mother lied. She's turning us against each other. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're not mad?
No. I'm not mad.
La juntas
I'm not mad.
La juntas o la cortas.
I'm not mad. I'm over it. Super over it.
If I go missing, you know who I was.
No. That's one of the things, like, sometimes you act like a brat and you realize after and you're like, wasn't that deep.
Like me accusing Ivan of breaking my coffee cup.
Yeah. Or Ma accusing our brother and his kid and my dad and anybody that walked in the house about stealing our stuff at Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I still feel guilty.
You should. It was your idea.
It was my idea.
It was literally your idea. Because for Christmas, we decided to do that prank on our mother where you like go to her house and you take something of hers and then you gift it to her at Christmas. I know that trend was like a while back, but we tend to do things way after the fact.
Yeah.
So we just did it this year. And we all decided to do it the day before. Was it the day before? Or the day of?
It was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was the day of Christmas Eve because every Christmas Eve we get together and we make all the tamales and stuff. So we were at her house making all the tamales. And then Susie had the grand idea, you know what we should do? So it's all her
course.
fault. So we all decided to take some. And this wasn't just like us three, it was the kids too. So there was like tons of stuff that was missing from her house.
Yeah.
And then
Some of us took 2 items.
she is very particular with her stuff. Like, she knows everything that she has, every little figurine, every little decor item. She knows where she got it, when she got it, how
Where it
she got
is.
it, how much it cost,
Where it's placed.
when's the last time she dusted it. She knows everything. And then when she started realizing that she had missing items, she was not very nice to my dad or my brother.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
It was. Yeah, I'm a little offended that she only called me to ask me. But then I found out that it was because, Father threw me under the bus.
Yeah, he did. He's like, I saw her walking out with something in her coat.
Well, he said he saw Vanessa
Excuse me?
con un bulto entre la chamarra.
I didn't even have a jacket that day.
You did.
I
you
did
had
not.
Mena's sweater.
So I took my child without a jacket outside.
Yeah, you did. You did that
I
day.
don't remember.
Yeah, our camera lady is
Oh, yeah?
saying yes.
Oh. Oops.
She was part of the.
Yeah, they were all. I think the guiltiest one was my Josie taking her wedding picture.
Like she wasn't gonna notice that.
But she said she didn't notice that.
No, she noticed the angel that you took. She noticed the angel, and then she noticed her Virgencita that I took. Oops.
And then her little bear and then the little cat. She noticed a lot of stuff. There were only a couple things that she's like, oh, I didn't even see.
Yeah, yeah.
But for the most part, all 14 items she remembered.
Oh my gosh. Oops.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take her gallo.
Yeah, you wanted to take the biggest thing in the living room.
How are you planning on leaving your house?
Well, I was going to ask her to do me a favor and go to the room to grab me something, and I was going to be gone.
We still have to do it next year, to where we give each other her stuff.
Yeah.
She's going to be so mad, though.
Yeah.
I can already hear her.
I'm gonna take my item like now, so she doesn't realize it's gone. She has a whole year to.
No, that's the problem. If you take it too early, she's gonna really murder people.
That's true. She'll never
Didn't we
know.
do something like that on Mother's Day or something?
No.
No?
That I remember.
Is that a deja vu that I just had?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Never knew.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
So what else you have about the whole trust and forgiveness?
Have you forgiven me?
For what?
Man, I am realizing that there's a lot of things you need to forgive me for. Well,
See, I'm the one with the trauma. You're the one with the drama.
have you forgiven me for when I lost Leah?
Oh my God. Yeah, no. Well, she's alive, so that's good. But this is why,
I was just a kid.
that's the problem.
But you
Huh?
trusted me.
Yeah, because I'm also stupid. So,
Mesa, have you heard the story?
No.
so when Aaliyah was little, God, how old was she?
She was like 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will never forget.
I decided that it was okay for you to take her to the store.
To Kohl's.
Yeah, carry on. Your turn.
So I convinced Karina to let me take Aaliyah to the store. I was going with Titi to the store, and we went to Kohl's. And me and Aaliyah were like this. We were calzón y caca, and she wanted to follow me everywhere. And I was like, you can come with me, but we have to ask your mom.
Wait, who's the calzón? Who's the caca?
I'm the caca because I lost her.
Valid.
So we go to Kohl's, and I was looking for some like sandals or like flats or something. This was like way back, okay? They were in style. And we went to the shoe department, and Aaliyah was like, yeah, Susie, let's play hide and seek. And I was like, yeah, babe. In a second, let me just find what I'm looking for, and then, we'll leave, and we'll play. So I find what I'm looking for, and I'm like looking for my size. And then I'm like, okay, Leah, let's go. Leah, she's nowhere to be found. She's itty bitty, and I will never forget. She was wearing like jean capris with little pink like sandals
Who dressed her?
in a yellow top, and her hair was like in a messy little chongo because you didn't do her hair that day either. And so I'm like, Leah. So I start panicking because I had, watched Criminal Minds. All these things are running through my mind. And I'm like, Leah. And I go to tell, and I go, Titi, I lost Leah. Help me find her. So we're looking for her, and we're looking for her like up and down these shoe aisles everywhere. I don't see her. So I'm like, okay, she went to the toys. She's at the toys. So I like walk, freaking out, but like not, demonstrating I'm freaking out to the toys. I look up and down, up like the little aisles, like all the corners. No Leah, nowhere to be found. So I'm like, Leah, throughout the entire fucking store. People are staring at me like I'm crazy. They probably thought I was like a horrible teen mom.
I mean, you kind of were.
So I finally, like, the panic finally sets in, and I'm full blown freaking out. I don't call you.
No, you didn't.
That's the last thing I want
I
to
didn't
do.
even freaking know about it.
That's the last thing I'm gonna do. Which, you know, as an adult and as a mom, I'm looking back now and I'm just like, I should have called you, so I'm sorry. So I panic. I go to customer service and I'm like, I lost this little girl. Has anybody seen her? So the associate starts freaking out.
Embarrassing.
I know. He starts freaking out. He was like, how long ago did you see her? And I'm like, 5 minutes. So he like starts freaking out. He gets everybody looking for her.
You only looked for her for 5 minutes before you gave up?
Girl, I've never power walked so
Maybe
fast.
it felt like 5 minutes, but no.
Maybe
it felt more than 5 minutes.
Maybe, but I looked.
Those 5 minutes probably felt like an hour.
I looked in the bathroom. I looked under every rack, corner, nick, cranny, anything where you can look.
Or so you thought.
Yeah. Oh, God. So everybody is in the store looking for Leah. Everybody is shouting, Leah, Leah, Aaliyah. Okay, they announce it through the intercom. They describe her. We're looking for a 3-year-old, yellow top, jean pants, pink sandals.
Messy bun.
Again, who dressed her?
And everybody's looking for her. They locked down the f***ing store. Nobody is allowed to come in or out. Security is like looking at the cameras. I'm freaking
Kohl's has
out.
security?
Girl, yes. Yes, they do. And they're looking for her. And I'm like, I'm seconds away from calling you. Like I'm ready to go to my grave. I'm ready to say bye to the world. I'm going to jail. And then I'm like, okay, calm down. I'm going to go look for her in the shoe section again. Maybe I missed her. But mind you, there's like 30 adults looking at this point. The whole store, customers are looking for her. So I go back to the shoe, to where I was, and I'm standing there. And at the end, it was at an end cap. Like what I was grabbing was at an end cap. And you know the end caps have those seats where you sit down with the mirrors for you to. So I'm standing there staring at the thing. Like at this point, I'm crying. Like there's tears because I'm like, I lost her. And then I just hear
tears of that you were gonna get murdered.
all the emotions. I was scared. I was sad. I was freaking out. I was mad. I was like, who does this? And then I just hear, and I was like, Leah? She's like, and I see a little hand come out from the shoe thing. And she's like, Iwan, you didn't find me. She was hiding under that thing the entire time, thinking that we were playing hide and seek. I have never been so mad, yet so happy in my life. And I was like, Aaliyah, I was looking for you. You didn't hear me? She says, I didn't want to lose. Oh my God. So I grab her by the hand and I don't let go. Like I'm like clenching onto her little wrist. And I go to customer service and I'm like, I found her. Thank you so much. Like I didn't even buy the shoes at this point. I don't even know what happened to those shoes. I didn't buy them. Me and Titi left the store. She was like, freaking out just as much as I was because she was older. So if anybody was going to get in trouble the most, it was going to be her. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so we left Kohl's and I told her in the car, like, Aaliyah, why didn't you come out when I was calling for you? And she was sticking to her story. She did not want to lose this severe game of hide and seek.
That you didn't know you were playing.
That I had no idea. And that entire time, I was just sitting in that car like, I am taking this to my grave. And I looked at her and I was like, don't tell your mom. She was like, okay. And that was it. We never spoke of it. And I think years went by before I think I was drunk when I confessed this to you.
I think so.
And I was like, I have a confession.
Where was I?
I don't know. All I know is that
remember.
I almost ended up on one of those murder mysteries because if I didn't come home with Leah, I know you would have murdered.
Probably.
Obviously, I would have done that too.
But the good thing is that we're past that now and you forgive me and you love me and we will never lose Leah again.
She'll lose herself. We lose her all the time when we go to the store for groceries, me and my two girls. Like, she'll be right behind me, and then Daniela woke up to me, where's Leah? I'm like, she's right by... Aaliyah? Aaliyah? Then we're looking for her for like 5 aisles, and she went off across the store to get something and never said nothing. That's the good thing about phones now with these kids.
Yeah,
Just
that's
track
true.
them down real quick.
Yeah,
But not a 3-year-old.
but I found her. Technically, she found me.
Yeah.
She gave up.
Yeah, for real.
Well, moral of the story is, don't lose kids that aren't yours.
Don't trust your siblings. They suck.
Yeah, they'll take your stuff, and they'll accomplish the other one.
And lose your kids.
Oh.
But find them later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough traumatic experiences for today.
Sounds good.
Thank you for joining us
Join us next week for all the fun.
on another episode of Trauma, Pero No Drama.
Bye.